Hello, everybody. I'm back again. How you doing today? So today is the 7th of December. I'm sorry, it's not Sunday. Okay. It's Monday. Sorry, that one is not working. Monday. So our subject is English, as you see that. Okay, so now I'm going to share the screen. Okay, so in the previous lesson, we talked about this one, the life of Shakespeare. Okay, so now we're moving to listening. Now, number 4, listen to the description of the life of Charles Dickens. So we've got Charles Dickens. We've got Charles Dickens. Okay, he's also one of the most famous writers in the history of English literature. So Charles Dickens, as you see here in the picture, Charles Dickens. So we've got to write the dates, the numbers here. Okay, as you see here, like 7th of February. Okay, in which year we're going to listen. This one also is a year, date. This one is a year or number or date. So it doesn't matter, okay, like this. Solent indices. So now we're just going to listen to an audio track, okay? So it says, listen to a description of the life of Charles Dickens, the English novelist, and complete the chart with the dates and numbers. So we've got dates and also we've got numbers, okay? So now we're going to listen to an audio track. I'm going to play an audio track for you. Okay, so unit 3, listen for activity. Yeah, unit 3, listen for activity. Is it 4? Yeah. So now we're going to listen.
Unit 3, Lesson 4, Activity 4.
Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens was born on the 7th of February 1812 in Portsmouth.
Okay, 7th of February in 1812. So now you're going to write here 1812. Okay. So 1812. 7th of February 1812. Okay, so what do we have after that? Family moved to London. So when did he move to London? Okay, when did his family move to London? So now we're going to listen.
Portsmouth, on the south coast of England. In 1823, the Dickens family moved to London, but his father lost his job.
1823. 1823. Okay, when he was about 11 years old. Okay, when he was 11, so 1823, as you see here, 1823, his family moved where, okay, in 1823, his family moved to London. Okay, so now we're going to listen again.
And the family had no money. Charles left school in 1824, and when he was only 12 years old, he started working in a factory. But things became easier. In 1833,
so now you're going to listen and you're going to fill in the dashes, okay? So you're going to listen and you're going to fill in these dashes. So I did number 1. Number 1 is 1812, okay? 1812. Number 2 is 1823. Number 3 is 1824. So now we're going to listen from the beginning.
Lesson 4, Activity 4.
Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens was born on the 7th of February 1812 in Portsmouth, on the south coast of England. In 1823, the Dickens family moved to London, but his father lost his job, and the family had no money. Charles left school in 1824, and when he was only 12 years old, he started working in a factory. But things became easier. In 1833, Dickens started writing stories for newspapers.
1833, okay? Year 1833. 1833, he began writing novels like The Pickwick Papers is the name of his book, novel, okay? So these are the answers, 1812, 1823, 1824, and also when he was 12 years old, you see here, he began writing his first book. So we've got novel, okay? It means a long story, okay? It means long story. Novel, okay? A long story. And the person, novelist. So in Kurdish, we call it roman navis, okay? So it's the person who writes long stories, okay? So now we're going to listen again.
And in 1836, he wrote his first novel, The Pickwick Papers. In the same year, he married Catherine Hogarth, and they later had 10 children.
Oh my God.
Between 1836 and 1865, Dickens wrote 14 major novels, including Oliver Twist and David Copperfield. His novels were extremely successful, and he became the most popular writer in the country. He also wrote lots of stories, including A Christmas Carol. Dickens had enormous energy and worked extremely hard at everything he did. He died suddenly on the 9th of June 1870 at the age of 58. He was the most popular English writer of the 19th century. Today, 130 years later, his books are still bestsellers, and there are many films of his novels.
Okay, so...
Unit 3, Lesson 4.
And worked extremely hard at everything he did. He died suddenly on the 9th of June 1870 at the age of 58. He was the most popular English writer of the 19th century. Today, 130 years later, his books are still bestsellers, and there are many films of his novels.
So, you're going to complete these dashes in your notebook, in your student's book. So 130 years later, his books are still bestsellers, many films of his novels, okay? So now we're going to do this one to help you study. Make a word map for transport using these words. So these are means of transport. You can transport by air, you can go fly, okay? You can transport by land, or you can transport by water, okay, or sea. So map using these words, add other words you know, okay, like for example, we've got bicycle. So is it bicycle air, from air, or water, or land? Yes, it moves on land, on the ground. So what about boat? Boat is a type of transport for what? Yeah, for water, because it moves on water. Okay, bus, what about bus? Is it air, or water, or land? Yeah, it's land. Okay, hang glider is something like a big kite. Okay, it flies in the air. So this one, hang glider, is for the air. Okay, so now you're moving to do this one. Okay, transport. Okay, for example, we've got, sorry, let me just make one line from here. Okay, this is air. Or you cannot see. That's okay, it's like this. Okay, so for example, we have water here. So, okay, what do we have for water? So we've got boat, and also we've got speedboat. Speedboat. What about for this one? This one is, for example, land. So what do we have for land? we've got bus, okay? We've got also car. What else? We've got taxi. And also, finally, we've got train. Train. These are means of transport for land. What about air? For air, we've got hang glider, we've got helicopter, we've got plane, we've got rocket, we've got also spaceship. These are for air. For water, we've got speedboat, ship, and also we've got boat. So now let's move on to do this one. Words and topics. Copy and complete the word map for jobs, okay, and occupations. Jobs and occupations. Use the jobs from this unit, okay? So what we've studied before, for the jobs, okay, we're going to make a map, okay? For example, we've got jobs, and I'm going to make it down here. I'm going to stop the share to make the screen bigger, okay? Jobs. Okay, so we've got like this one. And I'm just going to make one line here. Okay. And I'm going to make it like this one. Like this one is, you see here, and okay. After that S, okay, or A. And we've got A. And also we've got teacher. This one is done. Okay, we've got B. We've got this one P. Okay, that is over. Okay, so now we've got this one. As you see here, I'm going to share the screen again. I'm going to share the screen again. Okay, so as you see here, we've got jobs and occupations. So for example, we're going to do this one. Okay, what is this A? So we've talked about this one before, my benim kid. So we can say architect. Mahandis Mehmoudi, architect. Okay, so for example, for this one, we've got B like baker. As a person who bakes things. Okay, so what do we have for this one? Okay, what does it stand for this one? And also what about this one? P. Okay, so this is going to be, okay, for example, this one is an actor. Okay, so this one and also this P is homework for you. Okay, so only these two words are homework for you. So that was about this one, number 8, words and topics. So now let's move on to the English file here. Okay, fact file. In Shakespeare's time, only 5 million people spoke English, and they all lived in Britain. Okay, so the origin of English language is from Britain. Okay, from England. They all speak, or I mean, they all lived in Britain. Then in the 1620s, okay, or 20s, because of this S, in the 1620s, people from Britain went to live in the North America. Okay, so in 1620s, people moved to North America and they took the English language with them. Okay, so they were speaking in English. Their language was English. So today there are 57 million English speakers in Britain. So now it's talking about the population of Britain is 57 million people. They all speak in English. So we're not talking about the Welsh accent. We're not talking about the Gaelic language, the Welsh accent, or this, like we've got the Irish accent. So we're talking about in English, okay, generally speaking about 70 or 57 million speakers like speak in English. So, but 250 million people speak English in the USA and Canada. So we've got 250 million people speak English in America and in Canada. Okay, so that was all for today. I'm just going to give you homework in the activity book as well. So page 39. Okay, so page 39 in the activity book is your homework. Okay, so we're going to do them. Okay, so it's about like today is Monday, so we're going to do them tonight. Okay, at 9 o'clock. So we're going to do pages 30 and 31 in the activity book tonight. Okay, so that was all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for listening. See you in another video. Goodbye for now.